What if I told you that most actors don't lose jobs because they're not talented? They lose jobs because no one knows where to put them. Today, we fix that without labels, without limits, and without the word type. This is Casting Actors Cast.
Casting actors cast, what a show! With Jeffrey Dreisbach, we're ready to go. From agents to gigs, learn what you lack. Tune in every week, we're bringing you back.
Well, hello everyone. Jeff Dreisbach here. Welcome back to Casting Actors Cast, where we demystify the business and craft of acting so you can do your best work and, yes, book the job. Now, listen, today's episode is one I've wanted to do for a long time because there's a word floating around the industry that does more harm than good. I promise you. The word is type. Guess what? I don't use it. I don't use it today. We're replacing it with something far more useful, far more empowering: your brand and specificity, your casting promise. Because here's the truth: you don't control whether you're cast, but you absolutely control how you are perceived. And perception? That's where opportunity lives. We're going to continue that and talk about brand. But first, this is that moment where I get to say thank you for tuning in to Casting Actors Cast. Listen, if you'd love to continue on listening to the podcast, I implore you to check out the website, castingactorscast, all one word.com. There you're going to find all kinds of information, a course, a book that's available to you, a free book. If you fill out the form that says dive into the talent pool, it gives me your email address as well as your name. And then it's a downloadable PDF. Also, there's a free video available. There's all kinds of stuff happening on the website. It's just an opportunity for you to get not only more information, but also there are previous episodes of the podcast that you can get right there. We're also on YouTube. So, I'm trying to do everything I can to get the word out, but I need your help as well. Please get the word out. If there's a question that you have, using that form, you can ask me anything about the business, anything about casting, anything about your situation. I am happy to answer it. And there's a good chance I could answer it on the air. Why not? So there's all kinds of things that are taking place on the website, castingactorscast, all one word.com. Please check it out. I think you'll find it very, very useful. And if not, let me know. Let me know what I can do to make it better. I'm always, always trying to improve. I'm always trying to bring new, fresh subjects. You know what? We're over 418 episodes, something like that. So it's kind of crazy that we're still going this strong. I'm kind of surprised myself, but I need your help by contributing to the podcast, by contributing and asking those questions. And again, checking out the website, listening to the audiobook, all that stuff that's out there. All right, that's enough shameless promotional information. Let's just talk about this. And the first way to start, I think, is talk about what brand actually means, so that by definition, once we understand it, then we can start retooling our thinking about how we are being perceived by others, what it actually means, and also what it doesn't. So I want you to think about simplifying it this way. Your brand, it's not a gimmick, I promise you. It's not a costume. It's not a personality you fake. Your brand is the consistent emotional experience people have watching you. Pretty good, right? Casting isn't asking who is the most talented actor. We're asking, what happens when this person enters the story? That is your brand. Now, I mentioned casting promise, and here's the phrase I want you to remember. Here's your casting promise. It equals what you reliably deliver on screen. Not once, not accidentally, reliably. Now, here are some examples without labeling. Quote, you could say, I bring grounded authority under pressure. Or you could say, I deliver unpredictable emotional truths with charm. Or you could say, I make intelligence feel dangerous or playful. Notice these are not boxes, they are experiences. So let's now talk about the three-part brand framework. Let's make this actionable. It's one thing to talk about it, but it's definitely another thing to work at it. So there are some steps I want to share with you. Step one, essence. You have to ask yourself, what energy do I naturally bring into a room? Not what you want to be, what already shows up. Now, here are some examples: calm intensity, quick humor, emotional transparency, controlled stillness. You see, those all contribute to that first impression that you're making, that first impression that creates your brand. Step two, strength in behavior. Think about this. What do you do well on camera specifically? Do you listen well? Do you react well, truthfully, sincerely? Are you holding tension or shifting tone quickly? See, this is where your craft meets your essence. Your strengths are something you need to explore. You need to feel confident and comfortable with those choices. Step three is what I call the casting promise statement. And you see, I would combine them. Like, for example, you could say, I bring essence, whatever that essence is, through behavior, whatever that behavior is, creating impact, whatever the impact is. Okay, hope that helps. I hope that makes sense. So here's an example. For example, you could say, I bring grounded calm through active listening, creating quiet authority. You see, that's powerful. That's usable. That is castable. And that is your acting promise. So here's why this works from the casting point of view. Let me give you what I think is the real insider truth. When we are casting, we are assembling a puzzle. We don't need 10 brilliant actors doing everything. We need clarity. If I can understand you in 10 seconds, you're working. If I'm confused, you're not getting called back. Now there's a trap that's out there to avoid, and we're going to cover that trap right after this. Welcome back. We're talking about your brand, and we're also talking about your actor promise. And the trap to avoid is something that actors do all the time. Actors say, I don't understand. I can play anything. Well, listen, of course you can. That's not helpful because casting isn't about your range. It's about your entry point. Your brand gets you in the door. Your range keeps you in the room. Make sense? So it's not just, it's like, gosh, how else can I say this? It's a lot like getting a side and creating a whole play based on the side. Yeah, I think a little bit of work on the backstory and where you're coming from and the relationship with the other person and your listening skill set and all of those things are good for the side. But when we're talking about the whole play, creating a world in which you're creating a whole play or a whole episode, what you're doing is giving yourself way too much. You lose a lot of clarity. It's about working with the side that you have and making that truthful, making that inspirational, making that interesting, making that authentic. So I think that that's a kind of a neat way to look at it. And that's why I also like the acting promise, because the acting promise is really about consistency. And when I see that consistency demonstrated in your auditions, but also in your picture, in your resume, I get a good sense about who you are on a professional basis. And I also get a good sense about what the roles are that you could do in a heartbeat just because of that clarity. All right, moving on from there, here's your action step. I want you to do this because I think this is incredibly useful. Write down your casting promise. So you might have to go back and listen to what we're talking about. We're starting with essence and behavior. I want you to test it. I want you to adjust it. I want you to own it. Because when you control your brand, you stop chasing opportunity and you start becoming recognizable. And recognizable actors, they work. They really do. So, thank you so much for listening to Casting Actors Cast. If this helps you, I want you to share it with a fellow actor. And we'll see you next time. I'm Jeff Dreisbach.
From monologues to screen tests to